right, beautiful. Thank you for joining me. My name is Holly. My pronouns are she, her. This is a yoga and meditation class. We're going to do 20 minutes of gentle, beginner-friendly floor-based yoga, followed by 20 minutes of beginner-friendly meditation. All you need for this class is a yoga mat or a carpeted area. So we're going to go ahead and get started. You can find yourself in a comfortable seated position. You can either sit in Sukhasana, easy pose with knees bent, one foot in front of the other. You can sit crisscross applesauce, right? Or if bending the knees doesn't feel good, you can also have your legs out in front of you. And the way this class is designed, it's really about you getting some gentle movement into your body, having a little bit of peace of mind as we go into the weekend, but can take different modifications for postures or posture variations as you see fit. So you can start to rock back and forth, side to side. Really start to feel your sit bones on the floor. Sit up nice and tall. You can roll your shoulders forward a few times and backward a few times. Remember that in yoga, you're your greatest teacher, and a lot of yoga is just learning to observe our body more and trust our body more. So if there's any movements that feel good to you right now, you can take a minute to do that, whether that's bringing your arms overhead and having a stretch or doing a little spine twist. Let's just take a moment here, kind of do our own thing and move in a way that feels good. So you're already starting to observe, right, that you're in control of your body and you can move in ways that feel pleasant for you, right? All of our movements throughout this class don't need to look the same. All right. Great. And we're just going to find ourselves in a little bit more stillness here. Relax your shoulders, lift your chin and chest. You can close your eyes if that feels good. Take a slow inhale through your nose, feel your body rise. And a slow exhale through your nose, feel your body fall. Take a nice inhale through the nose. And exhale a little bit slower than you inhale. It can be through the nose or through the mouth. Good, just making your exhale a little bit longer than the inhale. Let's do that a few more times. Inhale through the nose. And as you're ready, you can exhale slow. Again, it can be through the nose or through the mouth. Breathe in. And as you exhale, imagine you're just letting the day go, exhaling the day. Give yourself permission to be here in your yoga practice, in your body, and your breath. If your eyes are closed, you can open your eyes, look forward. Good. Take your right hand outside of your right thigh and reach your left arm long overhead for a nice side body stretch. Lengthen your arm, drop your shoulder, breathe. So we're just starting to wake up the spine here, just a gentle stretch to the left side of the body. Good, as you're ready, come back to center, take your left hand outside of left thigh and reach your right arm long overhead. Lengthen the arm, drop the shoulder, look forward, keep your chin away from your chest. Good, come back to center, take your right hand down. Let's do that again. Reach your left arm long overhead, drop your shoulders, chin away from the chest. You got it. Come back to center, left hand outside of left thigh and reach your right arm long overhead. And as you may have noticed, I'm not mirroring you, so it might look like I'm moving my body to the right, when in fact I'm moving my body to the left. You are welcome to follow my words or my body movement. Good, come back to center. Great, this time you're gonna inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead, palms together. Exhale through your nose, pull your hands through heart center. Good, let's do that again. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Beautiful, exhale, pull your hands through heart center. Good. One more time, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands through heart center. And this time, let your thumbs rest at your sternum here, and you can drop your head down for a moment. Press your palms together, feel gentle activation in the biceps. So you're strengthening your arms slightly, drop the shoulders, look down. Good, lift your chin slightly, look straight ahead and take your arms back down by your sides. Good, from here, you're gonna take your right hand close behind you like a second spine, reach your left arm up and place your left hand on right knee. Good, inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, pull your abdomen in, look back, twist. So we're twisting the spine here. Often when we twist the spine, we can like over twist the lower back, really work on upper back mobility here as well. So bring your right shoulder back, right rib cage back, look over your right shoulder. Good, slowly, carefully unwind, come back to center. Let's do the other side. Take your left hand close behind you, reach your right arm up, stretch. Place your right hand on left knee or left thigh. Good. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, look over left shoulder, chin away from your chest. Drop your shoulders, lift your chin, lift your chest, look back, bring the left shoulder back, left rib cage back, left ear back. Good, and carefully come back to center. Beautiful. Keep your left knee bent, kick your right leg out, and the wider you bring that leg, the more you'll feel an inner thigh stretch. From here, take your right hand outside of right thigh, and once again, reach your left arm long overhead. Great. Try to keep your left hip, left knee down. You've got it. Perfect. Slowly come back to center. Kick your left leg out, right leg in. And reach your right arm long overhead. Drop the shoulder, roll the right rib cage back so your chest is open. Beautiful, come back to center. Bend your left knee. This time you're gonna kick your right leg out so that your legs are at a 45-degree angle, legs make an L. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Good, exhale, turn to your right and round your spine. Draw your forehead towards your knee. They don't need to touch. You're just gently rounding your back here. Pull your navel in towards your spine. Good. Look forward. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Come back to center. Good. Exhale, float your arms down. Beautiful. Other side, kick your left leg out, right leg in. Again, legs make more of an L shape here. Perfect. Inhale, arms up. You got it. Exhale, turn to the left, round your spine. Hands to the floor on either side of your leg. Chin to chest, relax your jaw. Pull your abdomen in. Good. On your inhale, look forward, sweep your arms up. Coming back to center, exhale, float your arms down. Good. Keep your left leg long, kick your right leg out. If you'd like, you can open your legs even wider. From here, you can point your toes, flex your toes, maybe do a little windshield wiper action, or make circles with your ankles, working out the ankle joints. Good. And then stick your butt out a little bit. Actively flex your toes back towards your face. Take an inhale, sweep your arms up. Good. Exhale, fold forward. So keep moving your hips back, shoulders back, chest forward. Nice flat back as you look forward, chin away from your chest. Good. Lengthen your spine. Good. Press your hands into the floor, come up to center. Take your hands outside of your thighs, bring your legs together. And again, you can windshield wiper your feet. You can point one foot, flex one foot, draw circles clockwise and counterclockwise, just getting some motion in the ankles and toes. Then actively flex your toes back, especially the pinky toes. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold. You can have your hands outside of your hips, your knees, your calves. If you, like me, have a long torso and short legs, right, might be easier to have your hands towards your feet. But if you have long legs, first of all, I'm jealous, right? But also your hands might be closer to here, and that's okay too. It's just about getting a gentle stretch through the calves and the hamstrings as you lengthen your spine. Good. Walk your hands in, come back to center. We're going to find our way into a tabletop position. So I'm showing you from the side. You're going to make your way onto your hands and knees. You want your hands about shoulder width distance, wrists under shoulders, and your knees about hip width distance, knees under hips. Now, if you have tight knees or ankles, you're also welcome to roll up your mat a little bit so that there's extra padding under your knees. Good. Take a moment here, spread your fingers wide, root down through all 28 knuckles. And we're going to cat-cow. Inhale through your nose, lengthen the crown of your head forward. exhale, pull your abdomen in, drop your head down, round your spine like a cat. So push the floor away from you, tuck your tailbone under, bring your hips to your ribs, ribs to hips, navel in towards the spine. Keep your shoulders out of your ears. This is cat pose. On your next inhale, cow pose. You're going to stick your butt up, start to look up towards the ceiling, drop your abdomen down, roll your shoulders back and down, looking up and back. Good. Exhale into your cat pose. Meow, round your spine, slide shoulder blade scapula apart. So in cat pose, we're compressing the abdomen and stretching the spine. On your next inhale, cow pose, now we're stretching the abdomen and compressing the spine. Try to squeeze shoulder blade scapula together here as you look up. A little bit of strength in the upper spine. Good. Last round, exhale into your cat pose. Never forcing the body, right? Just want a gentle articulation of the spine, bending and rounding. And at your own pace, you can go into your cow pose. Look up and back. Press your chest forward. Keep your shoulders out of your ears as you lift your tailbone up. Good. Exhale into a neutral spine position. Next, we're going to do a little bit of a spine twist and shoulder work here. Keep your left hand firmly in the floor. On your next inhale, reach your right arm up. Look up towards the ceiling. Nice little spine twist and shoulder opener. On your next exhale, return your right hand down to the floor. Good. Let's do the other side. Inhale, reach your left arm up. Look up. Good. Exhale, place your left hand back on the floor. Good. Inhale, right arm up, look up. Try to keep your hips neutral, so it's really the chest opening. Exhale, right hand down to the floor. Good. Inhale, left arm up, look up. Exhale, left hand down to the floor. Now we're going to move into our thread the needle. Inhale, reach your right arm up, look up. And on your exhale, you're going to thread the needle, take your right arm underneath your left arm, bringing your right shoulder and right ear down towards the floor. Try to keep your hips over your knees. You can have your left hand on the floor for support. You can also reach your left arm up to the ceiling and then maybe even drape it behind you. Reach for your right hip or your right thigh with your left hand. If thread the needle is not working for you, go ahead and come out of it. You're going to sit back on your feet or on your glutes. You're going to take your right arm out to the right, arm straight, swipe across your body. Good. Bend your left arm up, pull back. And from here, you can bring the left shoulder forward and right shoulder down. So you get that same shoulder stretch without putting weight on the shoulders. If you are in thread the needle and your left arm is draped behind you in a bind, start by reaching your left arm up towards the ceiling and then place your left hand on the floor just below your shoulder. Push down. Everybody together, unthread the needle. Inhale, reach your right arm up, look up. And then exhale, arms down. Good. Right hand down. Beautiful. We'll do the other side of our thread the needle, or you can do that same shoulder stretch that I showed you on the other side. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, thread the needle. Take left arm underneath right arm. You can keep your right hand on the floor or reach your right arm up and then drape behind you for a bind. Hips over knees. Breathe. Good. If your right hand is draped behind you for a bind, reach your right arm up towards the sky. Place your right hand on the floor close to your face, and we're going to unthread the needle. Inhale, reach your left arm up, look up. Good. Exhale, left hand down to the floor. Perfect. From here, bring your big toes together, open your knees a little wider. We're going to take a wide-legged child's pose. You're going to start to sink your hips back and stretch your arms forward, bringing your forehead down towards the floor, hips back towards your heels. You can really think about reaching your arms forward and sinking your hips back. Take a slow inhale here. Slow exhale. Good. And as you're ready, lift your head, look forward, walk your hands in underneath you as you sit up. And from here, if you'd like a counter stretch, you can take your arms behind you, maybe even interlace fingers behind you, push down and do a little back bend and squeeze shoulder blades scapula together as you open through your heart space, looking up and back. Good. Slowly bring your spine to a neutral position. If you have your fingers interlaced, uninterlace your fingers. If you, like me, rolled up your yoga mat a little bit, you're going to unroll your mat and then make your way onto your back for the last part of class. Good. So you can take a moment here. You can lie with your arms and legs down by your side in Savasana. Feel your spine really start to stretch and realign to the floor. So spine is getting longer here. Inhale and exhale. Great. From here, you're going to bend your knees and put your feet on the floor about hip width distance. If your palms are facing up, rotate your shoulders so that your palms face down on your yoga mat. And from here, see if you can bring your arms underneath you. So one day thumbs touch, spread your fingers wide. Keep your head on the floor. Gently tuck your chin in slightly so that you feel your neck spine lengthen. And we're going to do a bridge pose. So press your heels, shoulders, and palms down. Squeeze your glutes and lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Rather than flaring your ribs apart, see if you can knit your ribs together. Press down through your heels, palms, shoulders, and upper arms. Keep your head on the floor, but chin a little in towards your chest so that the neck spine lengthens. Hold here for one more breath. Good. Slowly lower your hips down. Bring your arms out from under you. Keep your left foot on the floor. Lift your right foot off the floor, cross your right ankle over your left thigh. This is supine figure 4 pose. If you look down the center line of your body, your legs are making a 4 shape. That's why it's called figure 4, not very creative. Option to keep your left foot on the floor or lift your left foot off the floor. Hug your thighs in towards your abdomen. Keep your left foot relaxed. Option to take your hands outside of your thighs and pull down, or you can even take your right hand in between your legs, left hand outside of left thigh, and you can try interlacing your fingers behind your left thigh. So in figure 4, this is a nice hip opener, side seat stretch. We're lengthening and stretching out the lower back here. It's good for sciatic nerve pain, right? That nerve that runs from the lower back all the way into the foot. If you've ever experienced sciatica, this is your posture. We're lengthening the lower back and kind of calming that nerve. If you have your hands on your legs, you can undo any grip you have there. Return your left foot to the floor. Uncross legs, put your right foot on the floor. Let's do the other side. Right foot on the floor, cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Option to stay here or lift your right foot off the floor, hug your thighs in towards your abdomen. And again, you can interlace your fingers behind your right thigh or grab the outsides of your legs with your hands. You can also keep your hands on the floor. Relax your feet. Relax your jaw. Look down the center line of your body. Try to keep 2 shoulders and hips on the floor. Good. Release any grip you have from the backs of your legs. Bring your right foot down to the floor, left foot down to the floor. Happy baby. Lift both feet off the floor. Bring your knees and feet a little wider apart. Flex your toes back. You can grab the backs of your hamstrings. You can grab your knees. You can also try catching the outsides of your feet with your hands. So I like to have elbows inside, hands outside. And from here, you can roll right and left. So a wonderful way to kind of roll out the back. And maybe as you roll to the right, you straighten your right leg. Good. And then come back to center, bend the right knee. Roll to the left, straighten the left leg. Come back to center, bend the left knee. You can do this a few times. Great. And then just come back to the center line of your body. Head on the floor, 2 shoulders, hips on the floor. And from here, depending on your body proportions, we're going to start to lengthen our legs up. So if you, again, have like a short torso like I do, and short legs like I do, you might be able to keep the grip on your feet and straighten your legs, or you can release that grip and grab the backs of your legs and then think about really flexing your toes back. Press your heels towards the ceiling. Nice little inner thigh and hamstring stretch here. Good. Relax your feet, soften your knees, place your hands outside of your knees, bring your knees and feet together, and then bring your heels down towards your butt. Press your hands, palms into your shins. And again, you can rock right and left or back and forth, rolling out the back. Great. Come back to the center. Take your arms out to the side, palms face up, and roll to the right so that your left hip stacks on top of your right hip, left shoulder on the floor. You can keep the back of your head on the floor or look over your left shoulder, left ear towards the floor. It's a nice little spine twist, abdominal wall twist. If you're looking over your left shoulder, roll your head back to center, and then we're going to roll our hips back to center and do the other side. So this time roll to your left, right hip stacks on top of left hip. Try to keep your right shoulder on the floor. Option to keep the back of your head on the floor or look over your right shoulder and take a breath here. Good. If you're looking over your right shoulder, bring your head back to center, roll your right hip down. You're going to lift your head off the floor, tuck your chin to your chest, give yourself a big hug here. You can grab your elbows or your knees, bring your forehead in towards your knees, take a big inhale breath, tense up every muscle in your body. You can even make a funny face if it feels good. Open your mouth, exhale through your mouth. Release the grip on your legs, bring your arms, hands, feet to the floor. Savasana. So head on the floor, feet and hands on the floor. Let your body relax and be still. Inhale, body rise. Exhale, body fall. Imagine your spine getting a little longer. Shoulders a little softer with every exhale. In yoga, we move our body. Sometimes we even kind of purposely discombobulate ourselves, right? Like looking right, lifting left, twisting, looking up and down. So that once we've moved our body and really gotten into our body, it's a little bit easier to relax and be still. Maybe not always perfect, right? Sometimes it's still a little restless, or at least I am, but it's a little bit easier after some intentional embodied movement. Sometimes when we think of yoga in the West, we think purely of asana, we think of the postures, but meditation is actually part of a yoga practice. And in the second half of class, you're invited into a more meditative space. For the purpose of this meditation, you are welcome to continue to lie on your back, or you can mindfully roll off to one side and come into a seated position. And as we're making ourselves a little bit more comfortable here, I'll explain a little bit of what meditation is and is not. Sometimes we think of meditation as like a lack of thought and complete bliss, right? And I prefer to think of meditation as compassionate mind control. So if and when our mind inevitably wanders, we're just going to observe what we're thinking or feeling or what's come up for us. And then we're going to compassionately bring ourselves back into our body, back into your breath, back into my words, back into the present moment. So there's no shame associated with, the mind wandering. It's just whenever you notice that your mind is wandering, you compassionately bring yourself back. There's no such thing as a good meditator or a bad meditator. There are simply people who meditate and people who do not. So for the sake of today, you're meditating, good for you. In general, we want to find some stillness in our meditation space, but of course, from time to time, if you need to adjust your foot because it's falling asleep, you're welcome to. Just notice if you're constantly fidgeting and be compassionate towards yourself with that too. So now that we've found ourselves hopefully in somewhat of a comfortable seated or lying position, I'm going to light a candle as a symbolic gesture that we are entering into a more intentional space. Being intentional with our breath, intentional with our thoughts, intentional with our body movements. You're welcome to close your eyes. You can also do a soft, fuzzy gaze just beyond the tip of your nose. And if at any point in class you start to feel really out of body or unsafe in any way, You can also open your eyes and focus on a sight in your periphery. You can hone in on a sound in your periphery so that you can anchor back through your senses into the present moment. Relax your jaw, seal your lips, and just observe your breath here. You don't need to force it. You don't need to take an intentionally slow inhale or exhale. Just observe your breath. If it feels good to take a big slow inhale or exhale, you're welcome to do so. Or you can just let your breath go. Just really starting to notice breath, how the body moves with the breath. There are over 6 billion fellow humans on this planet. Some of us in this moment are taking our first breaths. Some of us in this moment are taking our last breaths. And for the majority of us, we're somewhere in between on that spectrum. Imagine all of your fellow people breathing. You might be waking up in the morning or in a deep sleep, walking down the street, or doing a cardiovascular labored activity where the breath really picks up. They might also be practicing yoga or meditation. There's over 6 billion people in this moment breathing, but very few of them are aware of their breath. But you are. And this is a gift of a mindfulness practice. Breathing is an automatic function, which means, right, we don't have to think about it to do it, which is great. Because for most of our day, right, we have other things to think about. However, because breathing is inherently part of the present moment, right? If we're not breathing, we're not around anymore. It's a really beautiful way to come back into our bodies and back into the present moment, right? Sometimes at work, we're thinking about something we need to do the next day, the next task, or when we're with our family, we're thinking about something that happened in the past. We're just in a highly theoretical space, right? That's part of our human brain function. And yet, our common denominator is that we're all breathing. And you get to be aware of your breath. And this is a gift that you are giving yourself. That awareness of your body moving with your breath. As you feel the lungs inflate and deflate. The ribs expand and contract. This is a gift that you are giving yourself. And we'll take a minute here just to sit and be with the breath. What came up for you in that moment, that minute of breath and stillness? Could have been a sense of relaxation or ease, could have been anxiety or boredom. You might have noticed that a certain thought keeps popping up, maybe something from your to-do list, or just an emotion that's been following you around today. Maybe an unexpected memory pops up. In meditation, we're not assigning judgment to anything that comes up or does not come up. We're just observing it and then compassionately coming back into our body, back into our breath, back into the present moment. Take one more minute just to sit with the breath. Whenever the mind wanders, right, you just compassionately return to your breath and your body moving with the breath. Meditation is a practice, the same way that we practice medicine or law, the same way that in yoga we might practice balancing on one foot, right? The more we do it, the easier it gets. Or as I like to say, it doesn't get easier, you get better. So particularly if you don't meditate often, or this is your first time, and you find it really difficult to sit still or sit with your breath, please be compassionate with yourself, right? Same way I wouldn't expect you to do a handstand in your first yoga class. Also shouldn't expect yourself to be able to just sit still and breathe and be totally calm in a meditation class if you're not doing it often. But again, the point is that you're here and that you're breathing. So we'll take another minute just to practice sitting with the breath. There are billions of people breathing right now. Not only are we all breathing, but we all have bodies. Some of our bodies are very young, minutes old. Some of our bodies are very old. Most of us are somewhere in between. There are some bodies missing limbs or bodies that are paralyzed. There are bodies right now that are running or playing tennis or hiking. Their bodies hugging other bodies, bodies walking or sleeping, their bodies in total movement and bodies in total stillness. But for a lot of us right now, or our 6 billion other cohorts, many folks aren't aware of their body, at least in this moment, right? We go in and out of that awareness. And here we're intentionally taking some time to be aware of our breath, to be aware of our thought patterns, and also aware of our bodies. Practicing our compassionate mind control, bring your full attention to your left big toe as if nothing else in the world exists, which of course sounds a little silly, but we're practicing that concentration, meditation, focus. So bringing your full self to your left big toe and relax left big toe. Now bring your awareness to left second toe and relax left second toe. Send a breath all the way into left middle toe. Relax left fourth toe. Let go of any tension in left little toe. Now bring your full awareness to your right big toe and relax right big toe. Notice any tension you're holding in right second toe, let it go. Soften through right middle toe. Fourth toe. Breathe into right little toe. If it feels good, you can mindfully wiggle your toes, right? Being aware of this movement. Relax through your toes, the soles of your feet, arches of your feet, tops of the feet, and heels. Relax your ankles. Let your feet be heavy on the ground. Soften through your calves and shins, kneecaps and backs of the knees. Relax your hamstrings. Relax your quadricep muscles. Soften through your hips, your seat. Release your pelvic floor. Relax through your abdomen and chest. Give your side torso permission to relax. Breathe into your spine all the way into the base of the spine. On the exhale, relaxing lower back, middle back, upper back. Let your shoulders be heavy. Soften through your armpits and upper arms, elbows and inner elbows. Notice any tension you're holding in your forearms and let it go. Bring your full awareness to your right thumb. Relax right thumb. Relax right second finger. Middle finger. Fourth finger. Breathe into right pinky finger. Now bring your full self to left thumb. Relax left thumb. Soften left second finger. Middle finger. Breathe into left fourth finger. And relax your left pinky. If you'd like, you can mindfully wiggle your fingertips. And then soften through your palms, knuckles. Let your hands and your feet be heavy. Relax your shoulders. Soften through your throat and neck spine. Relax your jaw. Relax your jaw. Relax your jaw. Soften through your cheeks and ears, lips and nose. Let your eyes be heavy in their sockets. Soften through your brow. Relax your forehead, hairline, crown of the head, each and every hair follicle. Relax your face. Relax your shoulders. Relax your chest. Let your hands and feet be heavy. Take an inhale, body rise. Exhale, body fall. Breathe in, observing how the breath and the body work together. Breathe out, being present in this one unique exhale. Inhale and let it go. This is a gift that you have given yourself of awareness, of compassion, of breath. You're welcome to stay in your meditative space for as long as you'd like. Otherwise, at the count of 3, you can open your eyes and make any other motions that tell your body that you're shifting gear. Inhale. And let it go for 3, 2, 1. I'm now going to blow out this candle as a symbolic gesture that our meditation space is ending, and I'm letting the very real smoke clear the air as a reminder that when we take time to observe our body and our breath in the present moment, we literally change our relationship with the space around us. Thank you for joining, friends. Have a wonderful rest of your Friday. I hope to practice with you soon.